Give it a second. It says this room is now locked, so I think that's a good thing. Because last time that was a good thing. So we're learning. So being locked is actually a good thing. Okay. We are live. We are actually live now. Nobody's here yet. This is going to be a lunch crowd.
Well,
Everybody,
that's fine.
everybody's
Whether
telling me
nobody is
this is
here,
too, everyone's saying this is way too early, but you know what? We're going to try it and people can watch the rerun.
right? But if it's way too early, then we need to
So
do it
we'll
later. Because
ask. So we'll find out
it is really important to me that this be a fan-created show. I mean, if this is going to be a reality show, you remember when reality shows first came out?
Mm-hmm.
Were you old enough to remember them
No, I
when
was
they first came about?
just born like 30 minutes ago. Wah, wah. I have no idea what's happening.
So anyway, I just
I annoyed
need to
myself there,
know.
by the way. I hate that. Why am I so fucking annoying? It's too early for this shit. It's too
Anyhow,
early for me.
yeah, exactly. Well, but both of us. I mean, this is the opportunity for us to do, but to really to see what this is. But if it is a reality show, and this is so neat because you and I met for the very first time on the phone, on the air.
Which
So
what was the process there? You didn't do that with any other guest. I thought that was your modus operandi, and that just wasn't.
no, no. This in doing the show. When you saw the Peter Tork interview that I did back in 1979, and you're doing a book on Peter Tork, and you're writing it right now, right?
Yeah.
It's a fictionalized biography of Peter
Yeah.
Tork,
Yeah.
and so you're doing that, and you contacted me and said that you wanted information about Peter Tork. So I said, I have an idea. Instead of doing a pre-production and trying to do this, what if I were to meet you on the air?
Yeah. And you were so nice too, because you were just like, well, if you don't want to, that's okay. And then I'll just have a regular phone call with you.
I
And I thought
did?
about it and I'm like, no, I think that, yeah, you were very
I
nice.
can't
You were like,
believe well, had I known you, I wouldn't have been.
you
Had I
wouldn't have made
known
the
you,
option
I
because I
would
almost took that
not have given
option.
you
I
the option. I
almost
would
took that
not.
option.
That is on me. That is my bad. I did not think it through
Bad Dennis.
to do that, because it would have completely changed everything had you not made that choice. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm so glad that you made the choice to be able to do it, because it has led us to this. Because I mean, for everybody to know, I mean, this is a reality show, but as far as I'm concerned, you and I have never physically been in the same space at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
either one of us could be virtual. Either one of us or both could not be. We could both be AI and
Mm-hmm.
not be, or one of the other of us be AI. It's not a real sure confirmed thing that either one of us actually exists as a human being.
Just keep going.
That's all I had.
No, keep going.
I was
Just
really
keep
hoping
going.
you would have something there
Oh,
that you would have. But anyway, all right.
have a lot of
If
things
it's
there,
not
buddy, but
true,
I have a
but
lot of
all
things.
right. So
I
anyway,
have too many things there.
in this virtual space, we want to create this because the show Dennis for Famous. What we're doing is to get me up to to ride the wave of your personal celebrity, because you have been in a lot of places with celebrity, and so you're teaching me, like, this is a land. This is a land of fame and I got to think about it. Well, why would I want to be famous? It's like President Trump. If you ever looked at his face, the night that he won the election, because they had that right there when they called the election, he looked at his face and there was this look that came over his face, like, oh fuck, like what? And then he got into it. Like, I don't know if he knew. I think he wanted the trappings of the job. I'm not sure he wanted to do the work.
You're not
So what I want,
sure? You're not sure there's a
no,
question? There's a question that he
here's the
might have wanted to
question.
work.
So here's the question. Am I willing to, why do I want to be famous? Why would anyone out there help me be famous? What am I going to do if I got it? What am I going to do if I got famous? What would be the value of it? What would be the value of people helping us and helping me to be famous? I mean, it's got to be something in it for them, and it's got to be something in it for me. And I got to do something to give back. I mean, if this is going to be a job, if being famous is going to be a job, you figure out you gotta do something to earn it. You got to do something to be valuable, to be worth it, to be famous, not just to be famous, right?
Right. Except that you would be good at it, and you've said that you would be good at it, and you've
I
been
think
saying that.
I think I would be. I think I would be. But the thing is that you've been there.
Mhm.
You have been around. You have been around and spent time with much more time than I have around. So you got to tell me, what are those things that I need to watch out for? What are the things that I can do in order to become more famous and to be able to go, and what might I do with my fame if I got it? If I get this fame, let's do something with it. Let's do something positive. You know me, Mr. Bright, Mr. Normally Optimistic. Let's do something
Well,
valuable.
one thing that we talked about was doing a foundation that might help
Yes,
actresses, young actresses who are coming up in the
right.
world. Do you remember?
Cause women, because
Hmm.
we believe that the world is under feminine and over masculine in the
Hmm.
United States. We believe the power structure. We believe the power structure is over masculine and under feminine. And that if we brought it up to the near the 50-50 level, somewhere near there, it might be like 43 or 44, somewhere like that. Once it gets to that level, suddenly we're going to have a much more all right, so that's one thing I'll use my fame for. So
Yeah.
all right, so everybody that's a reason why
Mhm.
you want to support. If this is something you support, count on me and hold me accountable for it whenever I get into my little
Well, yeah, because
things that happen.
we had a talk. Okay, so everyone, he and I had a talk. We talked a lot over the last year, and I told him that I would only support him if he was open and flexible to, like, if I saw some red flags, like that if this was affecting him adversely, that he would be open to considering stepping back. So that's another thing, is being open, because it's a big, I mean, fame is, it can corrupt, and it can be a
Oh,
lot of pressure. And
it has to be. It must be, because I cannot imagine. I just cannot imagine what Donald John Trump is going through right now, because he's
Mhm,
watching this ebb. He's watching this attention. You know,
mhm.
I'm an attention junkie. I love attention. I love
Which I
attention.
don't
The fact that,
understand. Like, let me help me understand this. Wait. I still don't understand it. This is real. You always say that to me, that you want attention, you
excuse
want
me,
attention, you want attention. Every time
what
you get
when
attention,
you say this is real, this is real. What does that mean? Does that mean everything that before then wasn't real?
no, I
Why do
guess
you
what I mean is
say
that
things
I'm
like that?
deviating.
Please
I'm doing
don't.
a Ray tour. I'm doing a Ray tour. I'm doing one of those detours that you
Yeah,
just love so much. I Help me understand this, because the fans have to understand this too. You always say you want attention, but then I've seen every time someone
right.
compliments you, every time someone goes, you
Deflect.
don't go with it. Whereas like a Howie Mandel would just cherish it, or like, Donald
Right.
Trump cherishes it. You always let it go. You always
Right.
let it like go right off you. So I don't see it really. I don't see you really
All right.
liking.
I, I love it, but it is a learning process. I have to learn
Okay.
how to do it. You teach me.
Okay.
So
All
call
right.
me on
So okay. So I'm gonna.
it. Call me on it. When you see me not do it, call me on it. Say, hey, Dennis, accept it. Accept it. I mean, because it seems to me that the one of the major problems out in the world is self-image. That we as human beings do not see ourselves as other people see us. So, and we tend to judge ourselves harder than other people do. This self-judgment is in my way of thinking the cause, the center of so much discord in our world. So I'm trying to heal this inside of myself. So see, you can help me. You see, that's a
Yeah,
great place for you to help me.
and you're helping me too. And you're helping me too. People are wondering where the laughter is. I do want to divulge to everyone
No,
that I am not.
this is not, understand something. I understand that this is a comedy show and this is supposed to be a comedy show, but the comedy is that we can't find the comedy. The
No, we
comedy
can't.
is that
We
we're looking for it. We're
look at this.
searching for the,
Look at You're supposed to get mad at me about this. This broke again. This drives
God
him nuts.
damn
I
it.
don't
But
know how to
can you
actually
just
tighten the
get a
fucking.
clamp? No, Renee,
How do you want it to be aimed? This is another thing. It's like he wants it aimed a certain way, but I don't know which way you're supposed to aim it.
a little bit less out of the shot. All right. All right.
Can
But
you
anyway,
hear me though? Okay, yeah.
easily, and you can kind of lean into it, and that looks good, and it looks good.
Okay.
I like your kind of 50s hat you're wearing.
This is the Marilyn Monroe hat. This
Yeah,
is the happy you helped me with the sometimes for fans I do a happy birthday
yeah,
Marilyn thing. It's really weird how our lives
yeah.
have gone. We had no idea that we'd be doing a reality show like a year ago. We didn't know we'd be doing a reality show. I didn't know I would be like a Marilyn Monroe impersonator. In fact, I'm even going to be on a show, doing a British show, doing an improv, which you're helping me with, where we're
Right.
doing a fake Marilyn Monroe. It's very funny. I can't divulge the name yet, but of course, I will let everyone know when that happens.
Sure.
But I wouldn't have guessed that a year ago because I think I'm ugly, which we talk about that all the time.
Right.
I'm getting through that. You know,
Right.
people are telling me I'm not. And
Right.
so I'm just going to ride with that.
Well, that's your self-image, and
That's the
that's what
self-image.
we're talking about. We're talking about self-image, and everyone has it. This isn't just specific to
No,
you, Ray.
no. This is specific. This is to everyone. Now, I do want to tell you. So Graham Bullen is in the room.
Hello,
Graham Bullen,
Graham. Graham
he's in the
Bullock. Oh,
room.
great.
Yes, he's here. And he's one of our sponsors. We will link again to the Courant. If anyone has not bought it yet, this is amazing. This book, yes,
There it is.
go out and buy it. We will link it again.
And it's on Amazon. And so for all of you who are in the U.S., okay.
Now, Graham is also a writer on the show, which saves our asses because as much
Thank you.
material as we do have, we really need some organization and all of that. So, okay, so here we go. So Graham, this morning, he was like, he had some great stuff that I haven't told Dennis yet, but deliberately, we're going to do this on air. But this is true. So there's been a little conspiracy going on. So one of our fans, Jonathan Phipps, who is in the room. Hi, John.
John
is in the room.
Hi, John. Thank you, because we're creating this. This is the concept. The concept is a live audience. They get to create it with us.
Yes, and John said that you almost showed your ass when you were reaching for the book.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I'm very happy to have helped Jonathan.
So because of Graham and because of John, we are unveiling a new segment, which is, you can either call it "Who Stole My Limelight" or "Limelight Thief."
Yes.
One of your fans every week or so is going to steal your limelight and fight for your job and all that. And we have one.
Do it. Yes.
See if you can take it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because I love because I will follow the limelight. So I'll follow whoever wants to take it. I'm going with them.
Okay. Well, we're going to put it to the test because the limelight thief for this week is John Phipps.
Hello, John.
Yes. And here's what's going to happen. On Thursday, John is taking your job. You're sitting out and you're going to be in the audience.
Yes.
And John and I are going to be live and you're going to have to see. And he's 24 years old.
Wonderful.
So this is the next generation coming in. We're going to see how the kids can do this. Okay. And we're going to see. Hi, Olivia. Don't worry about your phone. We just started. It's okay.
Hello, Olivia.
So and
by the way, I can't see any of the comments, but they're not available, and it's for the best.
It's really
because I wouldn't be able to because I'm not able to process. Renee, the thing is that like most women around the world, you have a lot to do. You are producing, you are watching the comments, you're doing music, you're doing all of this. So you wear many hats besides the hat you're wearing today. You literally wear many hats. But this is the difference between most men and women that I know. And so go ahead now. Now take it away. So you and Jonathan are going to do. You and Jonathan are going to do the show.
He's the limelight thief for this week. Good. He's a fan. Now we're going to do it, Dennis. He just posted that he is Dennis Turdon, only 3/4 of the age.
Right.
I think that's scrolled up.
3/4 and 1/4.
Or something. We don't know. None of us are good at math.
Can't do the math. Don't worry about the math.
Right. Now Jonathan and I have never met or spoken on the phone.
Good.
So we are going to go live for the first time. And he's going to do your job, and you're going to be watching, and you're going to grade him, and we're going to ask the audience how good the limelight thief was. Okay.
I I hate this idea.
I know that's the point. It's going to
Yeah,
torture you because, right.
but it's not the limelight. It's not the limelight. It's the grade. I want Jonathan. You see, yes, this is the thing. I want Jonathan to be famous. That would be great. I would love it. I would love it if he bounced to this. If this happened, and this was his breakthrough moment, and he ended up being, that would be wonderful. I would think that was the finest thing that ever happened. I would love that. It's not a grade.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he
you and
and
your
I,
fucking competition.
okay.
You are such a competitive.
So then
Oh,
he,
who is better than this and who is better than that? It
no, no.
doesn't work that way. I'm here to be the best Dennis Tardon that ever
I
existed.
know.
Okay.
This got him riled up, Graham. I just want to, I'm not taking any of the blame for this.
No,
Graham,
no,
you see that
it's
it just riled him
all of
up.
it's all Graham's fault because you know Graham. Yeah, I mean
I,
Graham.
I don't want to get blamed for all of this. Look,
No,
it's
no, no,
already,
no, no, no. The thing is, it played into you.
what do you mean? Tell
All
me.
right. So anyway, so go ahead now. This
What do
is
you mean
going
it
to happen
played
on
into me?
Thursday. This is because you're very binary. You are
I'm
so
not very
binary, and I'm
binary.
great. I'm grading. Yes, you are. You are great, not great. Da 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 da. You know, yes, no. This is so you binary. I'm gradient. I'm along the continuum,
Mm.
and you are binary, ones or zeros. This is just the differences in our personalities, and I know that the people that are watching will be able to see that.
Fake
You,
news.
you see what I mean?
Fake
You
news.
see what I mean? You're doing it right then.
It's fake.
You see what I mean? You're doing it. Fake, not fake. That's binary. You see,
Fake,
she's
not
doing it.
fake.
She's doing
I want to.
no, no, no. See, she's doing binary. Everybody,
I
that's binary. Not, and you wouldn't even do gradient. You wouldn't even do along the line of sort of truthy. Maybe has an element of truth or whatever. That is a gradient. You are yes, no. This
this
is who
is
you are.
this is fantastic television. I can't even tell you. I'm telling everybody has to understand. People are picking
Yeah.
up on this. Yes, Dennis and I are a little mad at each other. So that's true. And it is true. And it's okay. And it's fun.
But that's just a normal part
That's
of
the
human
reality
relations.
show. Is that we're going to do the show anyway.
In human
We're
relations,
doing the
you
show.
are right now
Yes.
annoyed at me, and that's
And you're
that's
annoyed at
just the way it is.
me for being annoyed at you.
Not as much as you might think, but I'm working on it because I have codependent issues. I have lots of codependent issues. I have so many codependent issues that I'm working on. I'm telling you, I am really grateful that I'm working on these, that I'm getting a chance to work these things out live. This is like as if the people tuned in to a therapy session. This is why it could be boring. Is because this is an actual therapy session. You and I have made the commitment to be as transparent as we can possibly be. Certainly, we have little dark closets that we don't really want to
We
open
certainly
yet.
do, and I hope you
But
remember I hope you remember them. That we don't
there is
Howard Stern some of this.
no, yeah, but this is a but that only means that there's a yet on them. Okay.
Okay. Well, yes, but I do want to tell you, first of all, John, your limelight thief, said, I think the show should be called Experiments in Terror because I am going to be terrified. And he also said, ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that I will not hold a candle to Dennis.
Yeah, but he'll hold a candle to Jonathan.
He'll hold it to, yeah.
That's all he needs to
Oh.
do. He doesn't need to have there is no comparison, Jonathan. That's the neat part about
Okay,
this.
wait.
This is your time.
I do need to read one more comment and then I'll stop. But he said R&D is either the saddest comedy show or the funniest TED Talk, and I'm yet to ascertain which one.
Or both.
Or both. It's the saddest comedy show or the funniest TED Talk.
No, and
yeah, it's both. This is both of them. This is totally both of them.
This is and I love that. This is the saddest comedy show.
This is the saddest comedy show. It's just we should advertise that way. And in the promos, we should be like really sad. No, one of us is it's the theater. One of us is like really happy and one of us is really sad.
It's
like The Mask.
There. It's already happening. It's already happened now.
Okay.
This is
all right. Now I want to move on to another segment that Graham wrote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is music, right? He wanted you to do music.
Oh, yes. We do have to do the music. Right. I will get to that. He wrote so many.
Have you written a theme song yet?
I'm thinking about it. Yes, and I have it in my head.
I'm
And
thinking about it.
no,
No,
I mean I have the melody in my head, but you're gonna help with the lyrics. I do. And I'll unveil that today too. Hopefully, if we have time, I'll
but
unveil
no,
that.
no, no. But the thing is that if you start, like for example, somehow they had to come up with Gilligan's
Yeah.
Island, right? You know,
Marianne just died. Did you know that?
it was a fake. It didn't happen. She's
Wait,
not
what?
dead yet. She's not dead yet.
Wait, no, but I heard that for like a whole day. Is
All
that
right.
not
Well,
true? Did she die or did she not die?
I don't know. I
My
don't know.
reality is
Ask the fans.
totally.
Ask the
Ask the
fans who
fans. Did
can
Marianne
check,
from Gilligan's Island die?
or is she just like on the precipice?
Okay.
About to jump off into the great void.
This is
I
so
don't know.
depressed. This is the saddest comedy show now.
No.
I don't know whether to be happy or sad. Is she
Yeah,
alive?
but
Is
but,
she
I mean,
dying?
but death is not all right. Death, if it's something that happens to everybody, then it can be funny.
This is going in the wrong direction. So now we're talking about death.
This is
Okay,
the
we're gonna talk about death.
saddest comedy
This is
show
the
that
saddest
ever
comedy show ever, or the
had.
silliest, happiest TED Talk.
And
And
again, see, you're once again, this is binary Becky. Binary Becky thinks good, bad,
okay,
or. I'm going to get you to and. Remember your
okay,
improv training. It's always yes
okay.
and.
All right, but I do need to get to this segment because this is a really funny segment. Other other celebrities who did a better job at being famous this week than you did. Okay,
Yes,
so I'm gonna come. So I'm taking you to task right now. That's what this
good.
segment is.
Because I
So
didn't do it. I didn't do it as
well, we're
well as I
learning
could have.
from who did
I
it
have
really
to
well.
learn how to do it
So
well.
I'm gonna teach
You got to
you.
teach me, yeah, because
Right.
I'm a fame newbie.
So let me tell you what happened. Rob Lowe, everybody knows Rob Lowe. His
Yeah.
fame was kind of dipping. Then he went on the James Corden show this week, and he talked about how his neighbor in California, who is Prince Harry has
Yes.
moved to like that area, and he lives down the street from Rob Lowe, and nobody ever sees him. But Rob Lowe went on television and said, "I saw him driving in his car, and I think he had a ponytail." And the internet flipped out. Everyone died. Is it true? Is it not true? And now all anyone can talk about is Rob Lowe. And people are asking Rob Lowe, are you sure it was Prince Harry? So what you need to do, and that gave him a big bump. So you didn't do as well as Rob Lowe. You didn't see a royal. You didn't see a famous person, and you didn't put something, you got to put some like gossip in there. So you have to find out some kind of gossip on somebody more famous than yourself and then leak it. And then that gets you the fame.
Okay. Okay.
You
All
didn't
right.
do as well as Rob Lowe
All
this
right.
week. So we're going to get
All
a
right.
graphic in the
All
future
right.
and it'll be like Rob Lowe, ding, ding, ding.
That'll be perfect. No. That's perfect because I know someone more famous. I know someone more famous than I
You got to
am.
leak something
Okay.
about that person and then you'll get the residual fame. The fairy dust comes onto you.
Good. All right. I have a whole bunch of stuff on
What?
Renee
No,
Yaworski
this is, no,
because
it's not that.
Renee Yaworski is more
No,
famous than I am. So now I get to leak stuff
I
by
don't even think
permission.
that's true.
She has given me permission. She has given me permission to leak
No, I
stuff
didn't.
about
I
her.
did not. Explicitly,
Because
I
she
said
has
the
said, no,
opposite.
you just, hey, you think Prince Harry wanted Rob Lowe to say
I
that?
didn't say that he had a
No, this is the whole thing.
ponytail.
It has to be about, because you're more famous than I am. So
I don't
I
think
can
that's
now I can leak stuff about you until I get more famous. Then I stop leaking stuff about you. But up until that time, as long as you're higher on the Kardashian meter than I am, which you are, because you have fans around the world and you're doing acting, you're getting all this. I'm like a barnacle on the side of your fame.
I don't
I'm
know that
riding
that's
your fame.
true
So
anymore.
now I can leak information about
Okay.
you.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. But you're
Why?
not allowed to. So I don't know how we do this. Are you
Why
gonna
am I
you're
not
gonna use
allowed to?
me?
Well, I mean, but you just said in order to be famous, I
Yeah.
need to leak stuff about people who are more famous than I am.
Right.
Gossip.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, but just don't use no, we're gonna use someone who's actually famous. We're gonna think about it because Dennis has met
But
a lot of
how would
famous
I?
people.
Yes, I have met a lot of
You were
famous people. I have
and
met.
the
Yeah.
astronaut. Weren't you working at a place down in South Texas or somewhere? And then the astronaut came in. I'm blanking on his name years ago.
Yes, I was at the Marriott Motor Hotel. I was a front desk supervisor. This was in 19, let's see, this would have been in 1970,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm standing there at the cashier waiting. Built a new Marriott there, and of course everybody knows that the Space Center is there in
Mm-hmm.
Houston. And I'm standing there, and Alan Shepard, the first man in space, comes up. He has a cigar because you could do that at that time, and he said, "I need change for a 20." And I just looked at him and I went, "You're Alan
Oh
Shepard."
my
And he
God.
said, "Do you have to be somebody to get change for a 20?"
So, did he say it like that? That's so great. That's
Exactly.
so
It
good.
was
That's how
just
I would
as
have
it was just,
imagined him talking.
I mean, it was just, "Do you have to be somebody to get change for a 20?" I said, "No,
Oh,
sir." I went ahead and I just gave it to him, and he just walked away, and he just walked away. But that was my Alan. That is my gossip story today. Does that help? Would that qualify? Does that
yeah.
qualify as even though he's dead?
Yes, of course. Even though, yes, it qualifies. And somebody just
Is
asked,
he dead? I don't know if he's dead.
we don't know. There should be a whole show. Is he dead? Like, like Vincent Price, when Vincent Price died, I was like, oh, I thought he had already been dead for like 15 years.
Oh
Like there's some
yeah,
people that you think died,
sure,
but then they didn't die.
yeah.
So now I don't know. And
And
I
but yeah,
still
but
don't know.
I'm of the age where people go, "I thought he was dead. I thought
You are
he
not.
did." I you know I
Be
mean,
No, you are not. Trust me, you are not there. No, we're nowhere
right.
near there.
Okay.
72 is the because everyone's forgotten how old you are. 72
72
is the new
is the new
40.
92.
No, it's not. If you go the
It
wrong
is. It's the
direction, you're
opposite
going the wrong
direction. No,
direction.
it's the opposite direction because you see it. Because if I could be this way at 92,
Well, here's yeah, that would be pretty cool. Well, I'm the one who we already switched. You're 39, I'm 72. But here's what I wanted to say is that okay, so one way that we can do this is remember now we're not going to divulge the rock star's name, but there is a rock star.
a rock star, a
A
single
and
rock star. What qualifies as a rock star?
well, he's world famous
All right.
as a
So someone
musician.
who's known around the world for rocks.
No, for rock and roll music, and he's
Oh,
really
I thought we
famous.
were talking. Okay.
No,
So
this is our chance to sort of go
this
up a
is
little bit. We can't Rob Lowe this, but
this
this
is
is
not a
almost
geology person.
no. This is, although that would be fantastic. We should have some of them
A
on the
rock star,
show
and
and
on
just
honest,
like a rock
somebody who's
collection guy.
really, yes, they actually have them. They actually have a name for it. I've forgotten what they are, but they
Yeah, I
could be
forgot
a
what it is
rock
too.
star.
Right, a literal rock star, and
Right.
that would be so
What is a
great.
rock hound? Somebody who loves
Yes,
rocks. And this,
and
put it in the comments. See, this is the neat thing about having the show is that when we forget things, we
mhm.
can ask somebody, and then we can give them credit if they'll look it up on the
If they
internet
look it up
for
on the
us.
internet, then they get like a
And then
little, like,
then you say their name, and you
yeah.
say, "Oh, wow, so and so said this is what a rock person is." So therefore, we could have a joke. This could actually be a comedy joke because we're going
Yeah.
to unveil a rock star today, and we're going to have a rock star on the show and this sort of stuff. And they come on and it's this rock person. They go, "Hello,
And
my
then it's really
yeah,
boring.
I am a rock
Well, I
star.
feel like there should
I have
be a
no,
rock
and
collection.
really, everyone who loves rocks out there
Yeah,
is insulted now because I have just
everybody's
made
like,
them. I have made them
I
sound like that they're boring or not, and they're
feel like
probably
we
the
just
most
alienated half
entertaining.
of our
We
audience.
just alienated every rock
Why did we
person
do that?
this is awful. I
We
can't
alienated.
believe I did that, and you didn't call me on it.
This is
You didn't.
I was trying to. I was trying to salvage this story. I was
Shit,
trying to get us back.
shit.
Damn it!
Oh,
Damn it! Damn
oh
it!
man, we have
Damn it! You're
now
never gonna be
lost.
famous.
And the
Now you're
problem
never gonna be
is that
famous.
when you only have about 9 people watching, when you lose someone, you lose a whole section of your audience. You
I
like
know, but we
offended a
don't want to.
huge percentage of the
But we don't want to
audience.
denigrate the people who are going to watch the rerun. We have the lunch crowd now, but there was going to be people who are going to come in on the rerun, and I love reruns. I think reruns are better sometimes. Me personally, I like watching a
No,
rerun.
we have. Okay,
Okay, but
okay.
let's go back to the thing because we're going to do a Rob Lowe thing,
So the rock star. So we're talking about rock stars. We're talking
and
about
you know who it
music.
is, but I can't because it's a
Yeah, but
personal.
I might know who it is, but I don't know who it is.
Well, you
And it's
personally
not. Oh,
do.
and it's not anyone with the
No, it's
who,
no one in the who.
or
It's
the
no one in the who.
whom, or the whom, or any of those pronoun people. But all right, it's not them.
But you
But the
know who it
point is,
is.
that's not the point.
But you
I
know, I've
Yes.
told you this story before.
Yes, but you know me with memory.
Okay.
Memory is very ephemeral. You have to. I no longer care as much about whether or not I remember anything because I have both. I have things like the Google.
The
It helps me to remember. It's
Google.
like, yeah, the Google
Okay.
and the interweb. And these things help me to remember. So I no longer have to remember
A rock
in the ways that I
star.
had.
A rock star whose name I'm not going to divulge yet, although if I get permission from him, then I will divulge it.
Okay,
Watched our show.
really?
I don't know which one. I don't know which
Right,
episode it was. We are now on
right,
episode 4 and we had a pilot. So I don't know which one it was, but he watched it
right.
and he said it was really good.
Good.
And this is the part that he might not want me to say, but since I'm not saying his name, it was that he was jealous. That he was
Of
jealous.
you?
So a rock star of you because you were talented and you get to do it with me. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. See, that's
no,
that's the thing. It's because it's
no,
because I'm Renee adjacent, and that's
no,
okay. I don't
no.
mind. I don't mind. See, this is
That
like this. This
is
is
not what.
like this is like
That's not the takeaway.
wonderful because I'm sitting there. I'm on board. I'm on board for you being famous, and then once you get to a fame, then you can help me. See, I'm smart enough
That's
to
not what.
know you attach yourself to somebody who's moving on up to the fame side, and
I think the Jeffersons. Now we're moving on up to the east side. Do you know? He's moving on up. Where'd you go? Okay, you're back. Okay, your thing went. No, that is not at all the takeaway. Not at all the takeaway. That might be your
I do
personal
the
takeaway.
setup. I do the setup, and then you over explain the joke.
I
I do
wanted
the setup. I do the setup, moving on up, and then you over explain the
this
joke as if
looks
I
good
didn't
for
even
you.
know,
This
as if
looks
I
good for
didn't
you.
even know. Come
This
on.
looks good for you.
Okay.
This looks so good for you. A huge rock star who is
Hmm.
in the world of music, probably top, like, I mean, at what he does, he's like number one. Okay.
Right.
And he watched the show and he was like, he was
Right.
jealous of you. And
Okay.
he felt like there was, because you're on this rise,
Right.
whereas, his best days might have been behind him, but you're on this
How do
rise.
we
And it wasn't
know
Neil
that?
Young. It wasn't
Hey,
Neil Young, but it's
it,
someone who has played with
it,
Neil Young.
but it wasn't. But that's the whole thing. Isn't this entire fame like life, and it goes like
That's
this
what
and
we
it
have to
goes
get
like that,
used to. Yes, that's what we have to.
and it,
Someone just said they wanted us to sing the All in the Family theme. That's a brilliant idea. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs to be the hit parade. Times like these, we've
these
got it made.
those
Those
were
were
the
the days,
days.
and you knew where you were then. Girl,
Boys were boys and men were men.
something in the something, something.
Something,
Those were the
something,
days.
yeah, exactly.
That was about as good as they did it. Actually, that was about the same level. This is a garage band. This is thank you. That was a great
No, but
suggestion.
this is a garage band when they're first practicing their music before they ever get out of the
Yes,
garage.
yes. This is
This is
great.
when they're first striking a chord and going, hey, that was awful. Yeah, all right, let's take it
Let's
again
just
from
go.
the top.
So that was right. Okay.
I mean, this
So
is really building this, and what I love about doing this, and what I love about doing this way, is because we're showing this warts and all. We honest to God do not know what
we
we're
don't.
doing. We honest to
Somebody said
God,
they're
this
crying
is not
laughing.
planned.
Somebody
This
said
is
they're
not.
crying laughing. It
This is
is
not
funny.
planned. That we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea. But I do have an idea of what I want us to do. I want to run an
Okay,
idea by.
you're gonna do a pitch right now because then I have to do the song that Graham sent me. I have
Oh,
to
no,
do
no, no!
that.
You have to do that first.
You do the pitch. No, because we'll forget. That's what we always do, and then we never get to anything. So you do your thing. I'll remember mine because my lyrics are right here in front of me. I can't forget.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I want us to have. We need a physical place to start from. okay, an actual physical place. And so I got to thinking about that. It's because I've heard that we might have like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 fans in Athens, Georgia. Is that true?
We have a lot more than that. I think we
No,
have a
no, no,
lot more than
no,
that.
no, 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 no. I don't mean fans. I mean
Yeah. Oh,
fans. There's a
okay.
difference. There's a
I don't know
difference.
how many of their I don't know how many of them have eyes that do that when they think of us, but yes, there are people in
No, no,
Athens
no.
who
If
watch
there
our
were,
show.
if there were, if there
Yeah.
were,
Hmm.
this is just
Okay.
conjecture because right now everything's conjecture. It's just
Okay.
conjecture.
Okay. I'm waiting. I'm
All right.
listening.
All right. So let's say if we made the home of Dennis for Fame Athens, Georgia.
The headquarters.
This is the headquarters.
This is the
That's it.
headquarters, the classic
Let's
city.
make it. Let's make it because I don't
Why?
want to make it Austin. And I live in Pflugerville. Well, because Austin has, in the first place, this is the whole thing about Austin has so many famous people that are going. Athens is on the rise.
No, but Athens.
Austin is already. I mean, there's so much competition. It's like give you an example. Give you an example. Like it's a white man going out for an NBA club. He's got to up his game so much just to get onto the goddamn NBA club. He's got to work hard. Do you know they didn't have to work as hard in 1948? I mean, yeah, you could do it, but you didn't have to work in order to be able to succeed. But you want to compete again with Steph Curry and LeBron James and all the great players, you better up your goddamn game. Well, Austin already has so many famous people in it,
Okay.
Willie and Matthew and all the I mean, it's just loaded with famous people. So we want to have an incubator place. So while Athens has all the same qualities that Austin has, see, we're early adopters for Athens as far as, are they Athenians?
Yes, Athenians.
All right. So Athenians, and besides, they have this like global thing, Athenians
Everybody
in
knows
Athens. So
about
plus,
Athens, yeah.
they just elected 2, Raphael and
Yes.
John. Are you kidding me?
They
Are
did
you
it.
kidding me? They did it. They did
now,
something. They did something. So if we were to adopt Athens as our headquarters, and say, and if any of our fans could just go to some place that is iconic, that they're walking around safely with masks,
with masks,
sure, with masks, but just put a D, the number 4 and F like on a card. Write it with a magic marker, just something like that, and do that, and do a selfie.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
So that we see some fan in Athens, so that we have a presence. That will give us a presence.
That will give
in Athens, because I want to make. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
You and me.
Fans have to step up now. We have an ask.
No. They don't have to step up. It's just that you and I have made a deal. We'll search for a fan. We'll find a fan. If there are no fans right now, if every fan who could possibly in Athens is rolling their eyes and saying this is the stupidest idea ever, that's fine.
No,
we'll find another one.
Do it. No, I feel like they can do it. If anyone, okay, somebody says I will carve D4R. No, it's supposed to be D4F in the light pole. In Salem or Boone the next time.
Please don't deface. Do it on a little 3x5 card. Like a little card.
Or a piece of,
just on a little card.
Hand, like write it on your hand.
Do it like this, and just D4F. D4F. D4F onto a car, and just go like that.
You don't want anyone getting arrested. Although, if someone did get arrested, we would be famous overnight, wouldn't we? If any of our fans did something totally crazy, that would.
Okay, where is the line? See, where is the line? I mean, because on the Tubin meter, of the Tubin fame meter, I do not want to. I don't want to be on that. I want to be. I mean, I want to be racy. I want to be kind of weird and kind of push the line, but I don't want to get to one full toe.
You don't want to get arrested. Nobody should be getting arrested.
Or be banned. From.
We don't want to be banned. We don't want any of these problems. Okay,
so there's
Bob Ross, who's in Athens, he said, I'm a little naive, but what does D4F actually stand for? Bob.
Dennis. Bob was a fan. He was a fan. He doesn't even know. Hey, no. Hey, that's on us.
That's on us. We have not.
It's
not made
not
it.
him. It's not his fault.
No,
It's
Bob.
not Bob's fault.
Bob,
Bob
Bob
is doing fine. Bob is asking the
yeah,
great question. Dennis for fame us,
yeah.
right?
Dennis for famous. Wait a minute.
I
I
don't
done
even
messed
know.
up. This is
I
my
don't
fault.
even know.
I'm
All right.
taking the blame here.
But
Dennis,
anyway, but yeah, but
Dennis for
D4F,
famous.
the number 4.
Yes, and we're gonna make that more clear with the theme song because we are gonna do the theme song, like Dennis for famous, something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
over and over again.
I hope it's better than that.
It's gonna be a whole. No, and everyone needs to hear this.
And
I don't want.
anybody can propose lyrics, and especially Ken Leek. The Ken Leek, who is the comedy writer, this amazing musical comedy writer that we have asked into the band and asked to do that. Maybe he could help us with a theme
A
song
theme
and
song
help us with some words.
so that
Is
people
because
who
something
remember.
that why and please understand, it's got to be part of, and this whole thing about Dennis for Famous is that it's got to be both funny and weird and
The
all the
saddest,
things that are Dennis. The
the
saddest
saddest
comedy
comic
song
or
that it's
the
ever,
funniest
the
dead guy.
saddest comedy song that has ever been. It's got to be a dirge.
People are
Make
asking
it a
where
make it a dirge.
yeah,
Something that is, yeah.
people are asking where Ken is.
Dum dum da
They're on
dum
the rerun probably.
dum da dum da dum da dum. Dennis
That is
for
so
fame is
boring
the
and terrible. That
one
is
we
the worst
have to
song.
do. Bored we are if we ever
It
will
sounds like
renew. Something like that.
it sounds like I got lost somewhere in the forest and then I hear that and I run for my life because there's some weird cult out there doing some crazy chanting.
It
Like you have your own
is.
crazy
This is
fan.
it. All right. So now, go ahead. Now you're going to play me
We're gonna
music
play
that.
the song that Graham suggested. We're gonna do a parody song of it, but people are also reminding me that I also promised to tell people where I went because I haven't been communicating with most people. Now, of course, Dennis never feels any of that because Dennis, I'm always in contact with you.
Yeah.
So you don't notice. He doesn't know. He's oblivious. Like when I go, because what I do is I'm very, very chatty and I'm very social, and then I just disappear. And then people are weirded out, and then they're like, "Where'd you go?" And then I come back. Now Dennis doesn't notice any of that because I speak to him.
Understand this, because with me you're gradient, with everybody else you're binary Becky. You're either on or off. But with me you're gradient, and that's just the difference. And that's just the difference in fans. We're going to get her more into gradient. Right now she's binary Becky. She's either on or off.
I'm either on or off. So when I'm online or I'm offline, and so I've been offline, and so I promised everyone I would say, okay, so one of the many things that's going on is that I have a disease. Dennis, would you like to
Yep.
say what the disease is?
It's wolf disease.
Oh, ow, ow, ow. Wait, where's your howl?
It's
I never heard your howl.
lupus. We will.
Ow.
We'll play it as soon as you figure out
Oh,
how to show. As soon as you figure out how to
oh.
show something on there, how to share a
Because I
screen,
want to
because we
do
still haven't
I
figured
want to
that
do the
out,
phone
and I will.
thing.
But anyway, but it is lupus, right? Does that come from wolf?
I think it comes from wolf. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't know why. I don't know enough about the history. Someone should Google
right.
that. Why is it called lupus? But it's an autoimmune disorder. Selena Gomez has it. Nick Cannon has it. A lot of people have them.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, and Dennis is helping me with that. He helps me every day. He keeps me honest with my nutrition and my water and my stress, and he helps me with all of that. Okay,
And
but it's hard.
sometimes the stress level, I put that in the opposite direction, but that we know that to be true.
That's that's one of
I am
the
working on that. That's my weak point.
it's one of your someone just said howl baby. Yeah, we will, and we have a clip of Dennis on his TV show in Austin actually doing a howl with a musician. So
Cure.
we're gonna post that. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
we're gonna
hard work. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so Dennis helps with my lupus, and so what happens is because I know so many people and I have so many obligations. When I'm feeling good, I make more obligations and I make more friends and I do a lot and I'm fine. But then when the lupus comes and I get a flare, it's like it feels like you have the flu and it's very painful and you're very weak and it's hard. Okay, so then I just kind of spend time more with like my family
Yeah.
because it's too much or whatever.
So all right. So from now on, I want you to find a wolf emoji, and that's what you send out to your fans, and that way they will know that you're going through
Group it.
some stuff, and they'll send you and they'll send you energy, they'll send you
Mhm.
Reiki, and they'll send you
Mhm.
so you love and
Yeah.
appreciation and nurturance. So you just have a wolf emoji, and that way people will
This
know.
is cool.
You want people to know.
Because
You want
right, so that they don't feel it's about them. Because what happens is people think it's about them. They say, "Oh, are you ghosting me? Do you not want to talk to me or whatever?" But it's not
yeah,
like that.
right.
It's yeah, it's not like that. So I think this is a great thing. So from now on, so anyone who has watched this show can inform people who haven't watched this episode. And so I'll put the wolf emoji up, and then you guys can help other people understand what that means. That'll be
Right.
our little code. You guys are on the
Exactly.
inner circle. You guys know the inner thing.
Right.
Okay. So it's just about it. That's all it is, you know.
Right.
So it's
And
never
so
personal.
I'm on the periphery of you getting famous. So that's what's helping me. So we're getting you by you doing that, and you see, this is really all about you. This is the funny thing about it.
This is
People
not at
think
all
that this
about
is
me.
Dennis Form. Oh, said the person who it's all about.
What? How is it about
This is
me?
the theme song.
It's
The
not.
theme song of the person that it's all about is it's not about me. See, this is the neat part about this is really the meta comedy of this thing. This is really about you,
This is
even
not.
though it's named after me. And this is
Are you saying that I'm
see the
Urkel?
deny,
Are
huh?
you saying I'm Urkel, which is like they had the sitcom, and then Urkel was there, and then everyone ever talked about was Urkel, but he wasn't really one of the main characters. You don't know who Urkel is?
Yes,
You
I
don't.
know who
Oh my
Urkel
gosh.
is.
Okay.
But
Phew.
no, but I didn't know it in that particular context of what you were saying.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like somebody who's like the sidekick becomes like more
Yeah.
important than the. But that's not what's happening. I'm not an Urkel. I'm. I'm. I'm not.
But that's not something you can
It is.
control. See, the things, no, listen,
That's what this
Serenity
whole
Prayer, there are things you
show is
can
about. You are
control,
controlling your fame.
things you can't control, and the wisdom to know the difference. You do not have the wisdom to know the difference. You don't know the things that you can and you cannot control. One thing I know about fame is that you cannot control. Just like Urkel and the actor who played that, forgotten his name, but they could not control who breaks out of a show. You don't know who's going to break out of this show. You could just as easily break out of this show and be
Except that except that this is good that we're having this conversation on air. This is, by the way, guys, this is a conversation we would have off air, but it just sort of happened. So y'all are just here for it. But this
excuse
is
me,
like,
Becky, may
I
I
know it's
have
all
the floor for a second?
okay. All right.
The point of the show. The point of the show is to have the same conversation we would have off air
I know. And that's
on the air, but
what
make
we're
it
doing.
interesting enough to do.
That's okay. All right. I know. I'm slow. Okay. I'm slow. You're the witty one. You're the quick witted one. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is, look, I'm just saying that I'm getting real emotions right now. Like, I'm not, like, this is like real. Like, I really feel this.
As opposed to everything else that
Well,
you've had during this time. What is the
sometimes,
difference?
sometimes I put on, I mean, it's like you put on a little bit. I'm just letting everyone know, like, I am really fucking having some emotions because that's not what we're doing. Okay, because we came together. Now, no,
Said the person. All right, I want everyone to know in the audience that this is exactly what a person who was going to break out, who was the other person that was promoted. This is what they would say. What they would say is exactly what
I don't
what
know. I am going to. There's
what
a reason why we do the show
Renee is
virtual.
saying.
There's a reason we do it virtual because otherwise we'd be on the fucking floor right now. I'm so serious. This is to protect us. This is to protect us from the little, yeah. Okay, no, because we came to this one right here. Everybody needs to know that this guy is humble and modest and sweet, and he wants to help
And
everyone else, and he wants to shed the limelight on everybody else. And I'm not letting that happen, and it's not going to happen
we're gonna
because
have to wrestle this out.
I am. We're gonna fucking, and it's gonna be on tape. We're gonna do a mud
No,
wrestle.
no, no. We're not going to. We are not going to discuss this off the air in the same way that we discuss it on the air. We're going to have to do this because I know who you are and I know where you're going.
who I am is a really good backup singer. And I was a drummer for years. I
Yeah,
like the rhythm section. I
right.
like the rhythm section. And somebody said someone Photoshop Renee and Dennis's heads onto Rock'em Sock'em robots. Seriously, someone needs to do that. Please, some fan. Oh, we have great fan art coming up. I'm not going to divulge it, but I am going to post it. I promised I'd post it. We have some
Right.
incredible fan art
Which we're
coming up.
calling fart.
Fart. It is. Fan art is F-A-R-T. And that's not to say it's bad. That's just
Not
to
that,
say
hey,
it's
there's
accident.
nothing bad about fart, but because listen, without farts,
It relieves the
without
pressure.
actually being able to have, it relieves the pressure. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, farts have gotten a bad name just because of their
We
smell.
have gone off.
If they didn't have that horrible smell and the great noise, they wouldn't have a bad name. But they're essential.
What's
It's
funny?
an essential part. So we're gonna give fart. We're gonna rebrand farts.
Have you ever?
Uh,
Something just occurred to me. Have you ever seen like like one of the comedy things that like always happens is two people who don't want to go on stage and one of them is pushing the other one and then they rotate and they're pushing. No, you go on stage. No, you no. That's like what this whole
no, no,
show is like me being like,
I want to be on stage. No, you don't know. Listen, child,
okay,
it's not that I
mm,
don't want to be on stage. I want to be on stage, but I want to share the limelight. I am
yeah,
dragging you. I'm
kicking and
dragging,
screaming.
kicking and screaming. But the thing is that in essence, it's not really that way. But that's the way it appears in us doing it this way. But it's
So you
not.
want to keep me. See, my whole thing is I'm just a starter, and then you go, and then you're there. But you want to do more of a you want to
Exactly.
why? Why? Why can't why?
Because of the comedy, because I think that
Mhm.
your intelligence and sense of humor and musical ability, which you won't use, Graham told you. God damn it!
Okay, wait.
You
We're
see, the
gonna do
thing
it.
is you get me all
Yes,
talking about me, and we keep not
we
doing
do
the songs.
need
And
to do the
but
song.
the thing is, Renee, is that anything like you are my number one fan, correct?
I used to be, although I'm mad at you right now, so I might not be anymore.
No. That's not you can still be the number one fan
Are
and be
you
mad at me.
sure?
That's not
Are
yes.
you sure? We'll
Yeah,
have to
you
check.
don't move down. No, you don't move down. It would just be you'd be like 1A or
Okay.
1C or
Okay.
1D. Yeah, you move down the gradient, this sort of stuff.
Okay.
You don't get maybe you're at a decimal place or something like minus
Okay.
or something. But it doesn't that's not the point. But the point is that you're my number one fan, right?
The way you
Or at least you were the first. You all right? I know.
I am.
Get past all of your emotional stuff that
I,
is real. I'm not saying that
I
I
am.
don't deserve or have any of the things that you're annoyed with me with, because believe me, I know that there are plenty of
And you know
things
what
for
it's
you to be
about?
annoyed with.
And do you know what I'm mad at you about? Don't say
No,
it.
what?
You don't know. Well, I'm not going to say on air, but do
Why?
you know? You don't know? There's
There's
so much.
so much. I couldn't guess. I'm not going to go into that box. I mean, I would sit
Someone
there
just
and
said
I
I'm
would go,
hormonal.
and,
Someone
and
just said I'm hormonal, so you should. I am kidding.
I would sit there and go, I'd sit there and I'd go, oh, well, there's plenty to be, and I would have to
Okay.
find something in there, and
Oh,
so
that is
I'm
beautiful.
not gonna go there.
Oh, I saw a beautiful picture in there.
I'm not going there.
Okay.
I'm not going to guess. I've told you that I don't try to guess. By the way, in the show is ending in a couple of minutes because I'm going to a group with I'm going
Okay.
to meet
Okay.
with a
But
group of
wait.
friends
Do
who
we want to save the song maybe for the next time instead of rushing it? Do we want to save the song? Did you? Okay, first because you have been freezing like legitimately, but I think this is a Dennis freeze. I think this is a fake freeze. Okay, it was. Oh, this is so. When he used to do this in the beginning, it terrified the shit out of me. Like he would give me a heart attack. It was so scary. Ding 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 ding. You want me to do it? I okay, but all right. Well, I'll just do an abbreviated version and we can bring it back. Has anybody known Skype Face? Yes, it is Skype Face. Does everyone know the Blondie song, Denis? And it's spelled like Dennis, but it's about a French boy. You know Blondie. Everybody knows Blondie. It's about a French boy named Denis. And so Graham Bullen sent this to me and said, if we can do a parody of this,
So
this would be fantastic.
we can
Okay.
start, but people can then suggest
They've written,
lyrics and suggest lines, and
right.
so this is why we need to do this while it's just a barely a bud, barely an idea.
So the fans are going to add in, because this is supposed to, so I'm going to do the real version, which everybody might know, but then everyone should be getting this in their head, and then at some point they can add like what the real words should be about. And we'll do Denis right now, but then it'll be Dennis. We'll change it, you know. And so this is supposed to be like a fan. I feel like this is a fan anthem. Oh, and by the way, your dancing has really taken off, and so we're gonna get memes and everything. So I need you to bring your full scale dancing. The whole reason we do this is actually so that he can dance. Everybody loves your dancing. It's like the whole thing. Are you ready?
We've got to get
okay.
Go.
Okay. Oh, Danny, with your eyes so blue, Danny, I've got a crush on you, Danny. I'm so in love with you. Danny, I'm so in love with you, Danny, with your eyes so blue, Danny, I've got a crush on you, Danny, I'm so in love with you. You're supposed to be dancing.
Okay.
The whole point.
Okay.
I just said the whole point is that you dance.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that.
That was like literally the whole point of the song. All right. Can you all right, dance without this? So now, because I played without you dancing, now you have to dance without me playing. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so wonderful. I love that. You have some good skills. Just like a bug. But it's kind of getting a little intense. I feel like it's too intense. I feel like, no, that was good. That was really good. Okay, so anyways, people can Google Blondie's version of Denis, Denis, and suggest some lyrics, like a fan singing about how much they love Dennis and how famous he's supposed to be. Okay, so does that work? And then you know what I'll do, guys? I will record off air. Well, no, I like you dancing. The next time we come on, we will use the new lyrics and he will dance with the song. Because we all went a little rogue today. Look, I know we went rogue today, guys, but this is a reality show, so you're going to see all kinds of different things. You're going to see all kinds of different things going on.
And make sure and put Derek John Smith. Remember, Derek, we always have a song and haiku, and we forgot my conversation with. All right, remember a couple of things in this last minute. Dennis Tardon interviews. Please like the page. Right. Thank you for the fans that have been liking the page. Second thing is to make sure that you the current Clay Boykin. clayboykin.com, CLAYBOYKIN.com. This is the new compassionate male that is sponsoring my podcast, which is a conversation with, which is both on YouTube, on Dennis Tardon interviews, and also in Rigel Smith and Rigel Thurston. We just posted that yesterday for this wonderful entertainer. And the last thing is that we do a haiku by Derek John Smith, and you're going to put a link in that when you do. So I'm going to do the haiku this time, okay?
Oh, okay. I have one. Okay, so you're going to, okay, yeah, you do it. This is by Derek John Smith.
Dawn, the sun, my heart, hope fades in the night, but then one more step in time.
Beautiful.
Now, I read that with the punctuations because this is he put periods there, and so I love this. You're teaching me, Renee, because you're a haiku person, and I'm like completely have no idea what that is.
Well, you did a beautiful beautiful reading there. You did such a beautiful. I want to do a really short one by Derek John Smith, real
Please.
quick, just because I had this one picked out. This is another one, and I'll post this on mine on my page. Solitary leaf, fluttering in crimson hues, the night falls sooner.
Mm.
And I love that one because it's like the night falls sooner. Is it because the leaf is fluttering? Is it because the leaf is solitary? There's a connection between the solitariness and the fluttering and night coming sooner. I mean, you can go so deep with these haikus. He's a master. Derek is a master. Yeah, just like that. Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.